This episode of the LuredUp podcast is brought to you by Manscaped. It's never too early to play holiday music, and it's never too early to start thinking about gifts. Whether it's for a friend or the friends in your pants, you can make this a season to be jolly with Manscaped. Do your little drummer boy a favor and use the Lawnmower 4.0 to avoid another silent night in the bedroom. Then add in Manscaped's top-of-the-line shower products to have the people thinking, all I want for Christmas is you. Santa cares about his sack, and so should you. Look nice when you get naughty by going to manscaped.com and using the code BALLCHECK for free shipping and 20% off.
Now that you've groomed your candy cane, it's time to make sure you don't smell like a reindeer with the Platinum Packages shower products. All of Manscaped's shower gear is sulfate-free, vegan, and made to have your skin feeling hydrated and smelling fresh.
So get 20% off and free shipping with the code BALLCHECK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com when you use the code BALLCHECK, BALLCHECK. Manscaped. Get your jingle balls ready for the holidays.
Ho, ho, ho.
What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 244 of the LuredUp podcast, where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. LuredUp is part of the Pokemon Professor Network. Today is Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. I'm one of your hosts, Ken Pescatore, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo!
Hey, yo. What's going
up?
on, Ken?
Nothing much, man. It's December. I don't like it.
It's raining right now.
It is raining. It was a very drab, gray, wet day in Jersey today.
Yeah, see, it started out really cold, and I was like, no way. Could it be snowing? And it did not snow. Like, I got out of work, picked up Ashton, put some lights up on my porch, and then it started raining on me. And I was like, nothing's going to stop me from putting up these Christmas lights.
It's oddly warm in Jersey. We've had some cold days, but it's like mid-50s right now still, and it's 10 o'clock at night, so it was rainy and warm. But I guess, you know, I like the cold weather and all, but I don't like snow. I don't want anything to do with that shit. You can keep that.
I just don't like ice.
Yeah, I don't like ice either.
It's hard when you can't see it. It's called black ice, and that's terrifying. The first year I had my license, I was driving irresponsibly, like many young drivers do. And I was on Route 78 in Newark, New Jersey, which is not a place you want to get into an accident at 3 a.m. And I was driving my little hoopty, my Mazda 323 hoopty, and hit a patch of black ice and did 2 complete 360s in the middle of the highway. No way.
And continued going straight without skipping a beat. It was sketchy as hell. I remember, like, my ass was puckered for like 2 weeks after that. I did not lighten up. My ass was tight. It was scary as hell. Yeah, it was like one of those moments where it's like you hear about black ice, you know, that's what like driving school, and you know, we had driver's ed. Do they still have driver's ed in high school? Do they still do that?
I believe so. I mean, last I knew, because I took that.
My driver's ed class in high school, wonderful Elizabeth, New Jersey, Elizabeth High School. It was like we were sitting in front of like washing machines. That's what they look like, with the steering wheel, and like they were old school, looked like big fucking like computers out of like war games and shit, with like a transparency like projector up on the screen, like, you know, teaching you how to drive, like with the fake turn signals and everything. Yeah, they always warned you about black ice, and you know, obviously I'm driving 100 miles an hour in a Mazda 323 front wheel drive car at 3 o'clock in the morning in Newark, New Jersey on Route 78, to the point where I'm doing 2 donuts in the middle of the highway. But anyway,
Anywho,
let's
enough
talk
of the
about what we have going
Bergamites on the road, okay?
Yes. There's a lot of Bergamites on the road, but we do have some stuff to talk about this week. We'll recap the last week of gameplay. Had a lot going on. Astral Eclipse. We had Mega Raid Day, which was actually pretty freaking fun. I had a really good time with that. A couple spotlight hours and all that kind of good stuff. We'll get through all of that. We didn't talk about GBL last week, so we'll kind of run through the GBL season update for Season of Mythical Wishes. And there's a lot. And, we'll run through it all. And, it's been interesting to see how the Pokemon Go battling community has it's further and further, they're splintering off, it seems to me, at least online. They're further and further, they're splintering off from the main Pokemon Go community. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but they're really doing it now that Pokemon Go has turned into like the Play Pokemon network, and it's been pretty awesome to see this community kind of develop and grow and get behind organized play, because we always had it with Sylph, right? We always had Sylph Road, Sylph Arena and all that. But now that it's attached to Play Pokemon, it has just accelerated people's interest in competitive play to the point where just additional communities are just building and forming and all that stuff. It's really cool. So there's a lot to talk about with GBL, and I like the way Pokemon Go handled it this time around, and they they're not even, I don't think they're even calling it like a season number anymore. Now they're just pairing it with the actual season. So there's like, it's Go Battle League Season of Mythical Wishes. So it's like they're actually like pairing it alongside to have a little bit more kind of, I guess, parity with the actual season of regular gameplay. So really, really cool stuff there. Talk about all that moves and all that, schedule and everything. The Mythic Blade event just kicked off, and we'll talk about that. The community is torn on purchasing Keldeo for $8, and that's pretty much what it is when you pay $8. You're buying.
Well, it's a far departure from where we were to where we are now. Where we came from was Galarian Mr. Mime.
Right.
I can't get over it.
It's funny because we've used that event as like the basis of Niantic having shitty things to purchase for like the past couple of years. Everything reverts back to the Galarian Mr. Mime ticket. And it's like so many people like talk about their spending habits, and they're like, look, I didn't buy the Galarian Mr. Mime ticket or anything. Like, it's so funny that it's always like a reference point. But I think
but now we're thinking about it, and it's like, okay, but we're getting a mythical Pokemon?
Yeah, but we don't really get anything else. It's very, very bizarre the way it's kind of broken up. I don't know. There's not a lot going for it. FYI, Adam and I both have tickets. So, but it's an interesting proposition when it's almost a direct transaction. You pay $8, you get a Pokemon. And Niantic has kind of tried to combat in the past the remote raid thing, where it's like, all right, you pay $1, you get a legendary. Like that, it doesn't feel good. That actually feels shitty, right? To have like this transactional feeling. Not only does it take like the immersion out of it, because it feels like you're going to the store to buy a Pokemon for $1, but it makes the Pokemon into like a commodity. And that feels bad. Like, it's one thing to buy items or to buy passes or to buy, avatar poses, like cosmetics, things like that. It's one thing to spend money on that. But when the money is like, here, I'll give you this money, you give me the Pokemon, that completely goes against the spirit of being a Pokemon trainer, in my opinion. It's very hard to hold the immersion in. It's almost like, I wish that you got some other stuff for the $8, and then at the end they threw in Keldeo. But we'll get to it, because it just seems like you're buying Keldeo for $8. So we'll talk about all that.
We do get some items and stuff too that make it
fucking rare candy, like
incubators.
Okay, yeah, no, there's some stuff in there. There is some stuff, but you're buying special research for the encounter, and a lot of people are split on it. So we'll talk about that. And the Mythic Blade event just kicked off. The Keldeo special research doesn't happen until the weekend. The December
if anything,
2-day...
you're paying $7 for your 4 incubators and $1 for Keldeo.
All right. But you're still... Okay. That might help some people sleep at night. But there's still a lot of people that aren't paying. And, I don't blame them. It feels weird. Now, I don't have the patience to wait because we all know Keldeo at some point will be free, right? Will be some kind of event storyline, who knows when, but I do not have the patience for that. So yeah, shut up and take my money. The December 2-day Community Day has been announced. There is some highly contentious stuff going on here, a little bit of a departure in the formatting. We'll talk about that. And then we'll finally wrap things up with the second Swords of Justice Pokemon that we have in the rotation this month, Terrakion, Raid Guide, and Battle Party. Whoop, whoop. All right.
Schwoop.
Adam, let's recap the week. We had Astral Eclipse. We had Mega Raid Day. I guess we'll start with Astral Eclipse. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but you have not evolved your Cosmo, right?
Nope.
Wait, is it still a Cosmog, or did you actually?
It's still a Cosmog. I haven't even.
Wow.
Yeah. But
wow.
Thinking about the Ultra Beast and all that stuff, I do want to get AR shots of the Cosmoem and the Cosmog. But until they give me another one, so I can get both Lunala and Solgaleo, I'm not evolving the middle form.
Wow. So
I haven't evolved the basic either. So.
I went for Lunala. I did evolve. I have a decent one. It's got decent stats, 15 attack, but I did evolve to Lunala. And, we talked about a little bit with, what was it? I don't know, one of these Pokemon that once you evolve it, you kind of forget about it, right? And they release new Pokemon with an event. You evolve the Pokemon, and then the event just kind of feels weird. Like, the event is centered around Solgaleo and Lunala, but if you evolve Lunala or Solgaleo in day 1 of the 6-day event, the remaining 5 days just feel like a different spawn pool. They don't feel like anything else is happening. And yeah. I definitely felt that with Lunala. I held out for a couple days. I was like, I don't know, I'm just trying to hold on to the fact that this is part of this event and, part of the special research. And it's like, I have this weird, it's not FOMO because the special research doesn't go away, right? It's not like I'm going to miss anything, but it's more of just like this compulsive impatience where I just have to fucking do it. I have to move the needle. I have to push the needle along because it's just, I can't handle having open tasks. It hurts me. So I just did it just to move it along. But
well, I still have my Dratini Community Day research. So if you think that's killing you,
well, no, you want to know what's killing me is I forgot to put the code in for my Dratini Community Day research.
No,
so I never even used it. That pisses me off so bad. I woke up the next morning. I was like, no! I put the code in. It's like, this code cannot be used. I'm like, motherfucker! I was so mad. Anyway, let's talk about Astral Radiance, or not Astral Radiance, Astral Eclipse event. The nebulous skies, those were always nice to see.
That was beautiful.
No, I do like
well
those.
done.
I do
Bravo
like
on the design team.
Yep.
It was so much fun to play in that sky, in that different skybox.
Looks nice. I did get my second shiny Munna, so that was nice. So now I have the complete line there. That was really cool. But we had a pretty good pool. I know a lot of people are going for Alolan Rats because they need the tiny rat medal. That's what I was going for. Rockruff back in raids. Any luck with the Drudagon, or did you still...
Listen, I did so many more after we left. I took like every remote raid. Anything that I could see, I went for it. Nothing. I still do not have that shiny.
Shitty. That sucks. Well, there was a good shiny pool. There was some pretty decent raids. We did have Nihilego. Of course, we had the Ultra Beast Arrival where, the raid day where you could get them all. But Nihilego was the one that was in the actual 5-star rotation. Mega Houndoom. I didn't do a single Mega Houndoom.
I did not either.
Not a single
one.
But
I will tell you, I go plussed a shiny Nidoran female. I did a grunt. Whoever has the Shadow Machop. I got a shiny Shadow Machop.
Very nice.
And
very nice.
The next morning on my way to work, I got a shiny Whismur.
Oh, okay. So you've had some shiny luck this week. That's
honestly,
nice.
It was like day after day after day, and I was like, "Whoa, that feels real good."
Yeah,
I remember what this was like.
I have exceptionally shitty shiny luck, but this week wasn't too bad for me. Oh shit! I go plus a shiny Machop right now in the studio here. I'm recording in the studio, so if it sounds different, that's why. But yeah, I did get my shiny Hitmonlee, and we'll talk about Mythic Blade event. So I completed that line. But let me just pull up my shinies here. I did get a shiny Swampert on Mega Raid Day, so that was kind of cool.
I got shiny Blaziken on Raid Day.
No, I really enjoyed that. I guess let's talk about Hoenn Raid Day. So this was pretty cool. This reminded me of old school raiding, where people would gather around a gym waiting for the egg to hatch, and you didn't know what was in the egg. You know what I mean? Like, it could be any of the available raid bosses. And I forget how long ago it was where they changed format and they said, okay, instead of having multiple raid bosses in Tier 5 available, we'll go down to one. And then maybe they would have 2 for Latios or something like that. But this time around, we had 3. And I liked that because I thought it was cool that once the raid hour or raid day began and you pulled up your campfire, you saw all, 3 different raid bosses scattered all over the place. It was really cool. I liked how they did that. So, first, the models, the 3D models that are used for...
Whoa!
What'd you get?
Shiny Makuhita.
Right now?
Right now.
What the fuck? That's awesome. Shiny on screen. Adam's showing it. But the Mega Sceptile, Mega Blaziken, Mega Swampert 3D models that they use in the game may be some of the best looking models this game has ever seen. I don't know why I feel so strongly about this, but the models look really, really nice. Their animations look exceptionally fluid. I love the way, especially Mega Blaziken looks. The flames coming off of it just look very, very smooth and buttery and silky. Just very, very well done. So right out of the gate, I really enjoyed the way they looked. Fucking Mega Swampert is just absolutely massive on screen. It's really cool looking,
he's
buddy.
Thick.
Yeah, he is one thick boy. But it was really cool. But it was Saturday from 2 to 5. Originally, I did see some confusion because originally that early infographic that leaked from the Pokemon Go India account, they had said that raid day was going to be from 11 to 2, when in fact it was actually 2 to 5. So a lot of people, I did see some tweets go out around 11 o'clock going like, hey, where are the raids? And it's like, oh, no, it's 2 o'clock, not 11 o'clock. But Sceptile, Blaziken, Swampert, all in raids. They had their Community Day-ish moves. Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn, Hydro Cannon. That was exciting. 5 free raid passes. I like when they do in-person raid day events and incentivize local raiders by giving out free passes. This is the easiest way, in my opinion, to motivate people to raid in person.
That's amazing when they do stuff like this, because if you're like me and you are sitting at one gym for a good amount of the allotted time, because I had a hockey game that my son was playing in, and so I kind of was sitting on a gym and I waited for the egg to pop. The egg pops. It was a Swampert. Took care of it. Was able to get a team. It was awesome. Yeah, and then I spin the gym again, get another one.
Yeah, no, that's it's the easiest way to incentivize players, and for this is like the field day for free to play. This is like when they really take advantage of, like, oh shit, I can actually experience this raiding event, and I don't have to spend these coins that took me 2 days to save enough coins to do 1 raid. So if I want to do 5 raids, it's like I have to spend 10 days worth of effort, 10 days worth of coins to do 5 raids. But here they just give you 5. So that was really cool. We also had, actually it was 6 passes. Increased chance for Rare Candy XL. Those rates were not good.
No, they weren't.
I think I
got 1.
No,
to be fair, I did
13.
I think 3 raids or 4.
No, I did like 20 something raids, and I got 13 or so, which sounds good, but I was doing them in person, and you kind of have a good chance at getting Candy XL from an in-person raid anyway. So I was expecting, like, instead of getting the 1, I would maybe get 2 per, and it just wasn't as strong as I had hoped. 50% more XP for raid battles. There was a visual glitch here, so apparently you would get your, the recap, the summary when you complete the raid, and it was just showing 10,000 or 20,000 with a lucky egg, and it wasn't showing the 50% more XP. But if you actually look at your XP, I guess you were still getting it. Niantic confirmed that it was just a visual glitch. I heard someone say no, it was still fucked up, but I don't know. And Double Dust, same thing, visual glitch. They wasn't showing it, but you did get it. Double Stardust for raid battles as well. But I like this just because they had 3 megas all at once. Boom, boom, boom. I have hundos of all 3. So that was really exciting for me because I really enjoy going to level 50 with hundos, and especially ones that can mega evolve. So right away I was able to put like 2 or 3 of each of these Pokemon into the mega rotation because I was getting, 225, 250 mega energy per raid. It's 200 mega energy to evolve. So no problem. I was able to just put 3 into the rotation, and now I've already mega evolved them a couple times since last weekend. Since this weekend. So it was good. It was, I really
also had 3 of, or 1 of each of these that were 100%. So I immediately mega evolved.
Nice.
Which is not something I normally do.
Yeah, but like, I did. You can't get anything better. So it's like, what are you going to hold out? You can't hold out for anything else. Yeah, that's always nice. And, it's nice to take Pokemon like straight to level 40 or even better up to level 50. So, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and they're just fun Pokemon. I constantly have something mega evolved now. There's every day I go in, and I stagger my megas, so that way, like, on day 1 I'll have 20 ready to go, and then on day 2 I'll have another 20, and it's like I stagger it, so there's always Pokemon to mega evolve throughout the week. I think I have my Mega Evolution badge up over like close to 2,000 or something like that, 2,000 mega evolves. So it's like I've definitely been putting in work. I slept on the system when it first came out. I did not take advantage of it, and now I'm all about it. But this was a really fun day. I like these little one-day pocket events, but the FOMO is real for people that were tied up or couldn't play. That does suck because these Pokemon are no longer in Mega Raids. It's Abomasnow right now. So
tell me, how many Abomasnows have you done?
I actually did one today.
No.
So I, every so often I'll do this where I'll do like a little bit of a purge on my friends list. And, I'm in Red Bank, New Jersey right now at the podcast studio, and right down the street from the studio is Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, if you're a Kevin Smith fan, which is a gym, and their gifts are really cool. So I always love giving out these gifts. Right next door to there is Surf Taco, phenomenal Jersey Shore, like,
it is amazing.
Pseudo,
I've had it. Highly recommend.
It's like burritos and shit. It's not really a Mexican joint, but they make burritos, tacos, and all that. It's really freaking good. So I'm sitting in Surf Taco, and I'm just getting lots of these Jay and Silent Bob gifts. I'm like, you know what? Let me get 20 of these things. I'll put a tweet out saying, who wants these gifts? I made a bunch of new friends. It was great. I got people these gifts. It's so nice sending people gifts and then immediately seeing them save it to their postcard book. It's always cool because it's a little memento, a little memory, my timestamp. I'm now, in their world. I'm in their Pokemon Go game because you see my name there. So about 10 minutes from Red Bank is a town called Leonardo. In Leonardo is the Quick Stop. So if you've ever seen the Clerks movies from Kevin Smith, that's where the Clerks movies were filmed. I work about 2 minutes from the Quick Stop. So after work today, I went to the Quick Stop and sat in front of the Quick Stop to collect gifts from the Quick Stop so I could send them out to people. And the Quick Stop is a gym. There was a Mega Abomasnow there, so I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Did the Mega Abomasnow. That's a soloable Mega. So
really?
Yeah. So, and I didn't know that either. I thought you needed at least 2 or 3. I posted in our Discord, Mythical Hits joined me, and he was just like, yeah, you can solo that shit. We'll be fine. And then I invited a couple of randos. They jumped in, so that makes a nice little gym badge of the Quick Stop. It's phenomenal. There's like 12 pictures associated with that Pokestop, but the one that was upvoted the most and is used is a black and white photo, so it's reminiscent of the Clerks movie in black and white. It's super
That's
cool.
so cool.
It's super, super cool. Check out our Twitter if you want to see what that postcard and gym looks like. But the combination of Astral Eclipse and the Mega Raid Day, it was a good week for Pokemon Go. I really enjoyed that. And when you combine that with the fact that we had a couple days worth of vanilla spawns, what do you think of these Season of Mythical Wishes vanilla spawns? Because I fucking love them. Pidgey in the wild? Hell yes.
Yeah, it was such a breath of fresh air to see these Pokemon.
It's a lot of Kanto. Right? There's a
lot
of Kanto.
Honestly, I like. I know we just had Cyndaquil, but I like seeing Cyndaquil. I like seeing Squirtle. I still don't have a Hundo Squirtle, so
me neither. Ponyta,
killing me. I've got a Venusaur and a Charizard ready to go.
Dude, I don't have the Venusaur or the Charizard yet either.
No.
Dude, no. I know. It's like holdout Hundos for me. It's like all the fucking trades I've done over the years. Still no freaking Hundo. I have so many Luckies, no Hundos. So annoying. But no, it was a really good week of gameplay. And we'll get into the Mythic Blade event in just a second, which started today. But the 1st through the 5th of December, we had vanilla spawns. So we had a nice couple days to kind of get a lay of the land. I still don't really feel, as much as I'd want to, the differences from, hey, you're going to see these spawns when you're by water. You'll see these spawns when you're in the city. I don't see too much of a difference there. Maybe it's because I'm in a metropolitan area that's so close. Like I have beach, I have urban, I have suburban, I have city, all within like an hour of each other. So that might blur the lines a bit with that. But I don't really see the differences. And if I do, I can't tell. But I know in the seasonal page, they call out like, yeah, if you're in the city, you're going to see this pool. I don't necessarily see that. I seem to see the same Pokemon anywhere I go, regardless. Whether I'm by water or by the city, I see the same shit. So, but I really enjoyed the organic vanilla spawn pool. And I guess we could talk about Mythic Blade because this vanilla spawns led right into this. And Adam, right before we recorded, I know you were watching the Keldeo video that they released again. I am really enjoying these animated videos that they've been putting out. They're really well done.
It's short, it's sweet, but gets you hype for Keldeo.
Well, it reminds me of like when a new TCG set comes out, they usually do like a little animated bumper or an animated promo for it. And it was cool because you get to see like and almost hear sometimes the sound effects and the cries of the Pokemon, and you would see them animated in their own, in their own little world. And it's nice to see Keldeo. Swords of Justice, the movie was phenomenal. A lot of people hate it. I really enjoyed it. I think Keldeo is a fucking badass. The story behind Keldeo and how he was kind of...
I think that's one of the movies I have not seen.
Really? It's a very good movie. There is some of the most intense battle scenes I've seen in any Pokemon movie. It's pretty heavy duty. Like Keldeo gets fucking wrecked. It's really, really well done. The battle scenes are really awesome. And just when you learn the story of Keldeo and how he kind of, or it became like part of the Swords of Justice when it really wasn't part of them in the beginning, like, Terrakion, Virizion, those Pokemon are the true Swords of Justice, and Keldeo kind of
snuck in
the back door, giggity, and grew a sword out of its head. But that leads us into the Mythic Blade event, and I'll read this right from the release. It says, "Have you heard the sound of hooves or seen a blur gliding across the water recently? You might have caught a glimpse of the mythical Pokemon Keldeo, the cult Pokemon. Ordinary form Keldeo, which is the My Little Pony form, will soon be coming to the world of Pokemon Go on a ticketed special research story event. Regardless of whether you have a ticket, trainers can enjoy the appearance of other fighting-type Pokemon alongside Keldeo's arrival." And Adam's definitely taking advantage of that, considering he just got a shiny Makuhita. But
listen, it was Whooper Spotlight Hour, and I clicked every single Wooper, and I catch them all, and then the next thing that spawns is a weather boosted Mankey, and I click the Mankey, and it's shiny. I was like, "Are you serious?
Even say you got the shiny Mankey. This is crazy."
Well, Ken. Sometimes you're a train and you just take off.
Choo,
like,
motherfucker! This shit ain't stopping.
Listen, I caught a shiny Verizian as well.
Whoa! All right, nice. That's awesome. That's great. No, I'm happy for you, man. That's good stuff. But this event is today, Tuesday, December 6th through Sunday, December 11th. And we'll talk about the Keldeo Special Research, which happens on the 10th and 11th as part of the Mythic Blade event. But it's $8. So for $7.99 or the equivalent pricing tier in your local currency, you can pick up the exclusive Special Research story called Something Extraordinary. Pretty good name. It says, Spark has taken a blurry picture by the waterfront, but of what? Could it be a Pokemon we haven't seen before? You can work with Professor Willow to find the answer. So you can buy the ticket now.
Todd should have been the one with the photograph.
Yeah, poor Todd. Poor Todd.
Todd needs to get into this game. Seriously.
But you can buy the ticket now, but the Special Research will not trigger until the 10th. So just be aware of that, because I saw a lot of tweets and I had a lot of messages today like, hey, I bought the ticket, but I don't see the Special Research. Like, what happened? It's like, no, the Special Research will trigger at 10 a.m. on Saturday. But it says ticket holders, you can do it between Saturday the 10th at 10 a.m. and December 11th at 8 p.m. And remember, you just log into the game. Even if you can't play during that time, log into the game, open it up, let the Special Research activate, and then you're good to go. It never expires. Like Adam was saying, other Special Research rewards include the following: a Keldeo t-shirt avatar item, 14 rare candies. Have they ever given us rare candies as like a award like this? I don't think they have.
I don't think so.
I'm not impressed
why
with
is it such a weird number? Like, why wouldn't 14? You give us 15?
Yeah, very strange. 12 silver pineapple berries. Does that
unnecessary?
You at all?
But I'm okay with it. But again, it's like, okay, so the t-shirt, that's something that, they could give us for free. That's not a big deal. 14 rare candies, I don't really need it. 12 silver pineapple berries, don't really need it. 2 incubators, that's 300 Pokecoin value. 2 super incubators, that's a 400 coin. And then you got 2 incense. So realistically, it's $7.
Couple bucks worth of stuff.
$7.80 for the 4 incubators and the incense. And yes, you get some
at full retail. At full retail.
At full retail. Yeah, no, at full retail.
Well, I guess we got to go by that because we don't get bundle pricing anymore.
Yeah. So with that being said, I'm okay with spending an extra 20 cents to get the extra spawns and the extra rare candy and stuff.
But for me, I'm not going to buy the incubators anyway. So it's like I really am paying for this just for Keldeo. But incense, of course, hell yeah, fuck yeah, I'll use it.
Listen, I caved when we were in L.A. and I got some incubators.
Money? I did not.
No, I literally had to. I was like, I'm literally walking 18 blocks right now. I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna do this on a single incubator trying to hatch 5K eggs. No way.
I did 30,000 steps this Saturday in Los Angeles, so it was a lot of walking that day, especially because when I got there Friday night at 11 o'clock, I did a lot of walking between midnight and 2 a.m. on my own, so obviously that counted towards the day's walking goal, but that was really good. But yeah, so we do get some extra items here, but if you want Keldeo, it is gated behind the Special Research ticket. Now, this is where the community is a little bothered because this is directly reminiscent of the Galarian Mr. Mime. It's a Pokemon that you cannot get outside of the Special Research for now. Obviously, this will come around at some point. I'm not patient enough to wait a year for it or however long it's going to take. So you're paying $8 for this Pokemon. A lot of people don't like that. Does that bother you at all? Does it make you feel the same way when there's a Pokemon gated behind eggs or gated behind raids? I guess
if you're a fan of Keldeo, it kind of would feel. It would feel bad. Is it going to be like we don't know what the IVs are, that like the range that they're going to give us for this encounter. So we don't know if it's going to be PvP relevant right now.
I did see a lot of people go, $8 for a 7, 11, 12 Keldeo? No, thank you. It's like, yeah, I don't know what the floor will be either, but
yeah. So, and then that's the case. It could be like 1,600 like,
and non-tradable.
Yeah, non-tradable.
Yeah, but I don't know. And this is the ordinary form, so it doesn't have the big boner coming out of its head yet. Now, this is for everybody else, though. Actually, no, this is still part of the ticket. You also get increased incense encounters. And a lot of people thought this would start today if they bought the ticket, and it does not. This is during that event window on the 10th and the 11th. But the fighting types will be appearing more. Machop, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, Beldum, Tympole, and Ferroseed. Really cool seeing Hitmontop in the wild right now. I think that's kind of...
I'm clicking and catching every single one of them.
Yeah, that is a holdout shiny for a ton of people. A lot of people have the Hitmonchan, have the Hitmonlee, like from Kanto Tour. They got those, and they've been holding out for top. So it's nice to have that. But there is a normal or another Pokemon making its debut for everybody, not gated behind a ticket, and that is Crabrawler, which is a phenomenal looking Pokemon.
It's decently rare. I haven't seen too many of them.
Yeah, I think this kind of opens up another discussion that's worth talking about too. Is, I'm trapped at work all day. I talked about it a couple weeks ago, but I did add a Pokestop to my job. Like right across the street, there's a diner. In front of the diner is like a little boat that has like a tree growing out of it. They decorated it. So that boat I got added to the game. It's great. I can reach it from my desk. It's phenomenal. But there's no spawns yet because there's been like no gameplay activity in my little sector because there's never been anything there. It's just a strip of highway. So I don't get spawns at that stop yet. Eventually, as I begin to build activity and, people that go to the diner start, I had someone lure it the other day randomly. I'm like, oh shit, someone's playing and they're definitely at the diner. But I don't get spawns. So on my nearby all day, I'm seeing Crabrawler, right? And I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like they're out there. It got me excited. I had that feeling in my jellies. I was like, I want to walk to this next stop and get it. I eventually take a walk. I catch the Crabrawler. And my nearby goes back to being completely useless because the silhouette's gone. And there's another geo-based AR game that I play called Jurassic World Alive. This is a Jurassic World game that, very similar to Pokemon Go, you see the map, you see the streets, there's POIs, there's wild spawns on the map, but they have a function of the game they just added, which is a specific dino tracker. So if you want to catch a Velociraptor, you can tag the Velociraptor and it will prioritize that on your nearby to help you find the Velociraptor. And we've talked about,
cool.
We've talked about exactly. We've talked about this for so long. Like, let's just say you like fucking Weedle, maybe not fucking Weedle, but you like fucking Weedle, and you want to catch Weedle.
You like Weedle a Weedle bit. You know what I'm saying? Bit.
You could make that your quote unquote priority Pokemon.
Hypothetically, you really, really, really love Delibird, and you only want to hunt Delibird forever and always. I'd love to be able to pit that as my Pokemon.
Your preferred Pokemon. Maybe it would expand the nearby radius to go further out to other Pokestops and then prioritize. You could have 5-6 Pokemon spawning at a certain time at a Pokestop. It's not going to show all 5 of them on the nearby. I don't know how it prioritizes, but let's just say there's a cluster of Pokemon at a specific stop, and Delibird is one of them. It's not going to necessarily show you the Delibird. It could show you any of the others. But if we had a way to prioritize that would be fucking awesome. That way you could just see, it's like, all right, I'm going to that stop. It promote exploration. It would promote focused, gameplay with intent. I just think we need that. I think that is a quality of life thing that would be just absolutely massive to this game and would give people a purpose. And it's kind of like with the main series games, right? You use the Pokemon that are dominant, that do well, that perform well. And that's not always the Pokemon that you love, right? You know what I mean? So sometimes you'll use a Pokemon not because you like it or that you think it looks cool. It's just because it gets the job done. And I don't like that part of it because it breaks the immersion of being a Pokemon trainer and saying like, oh man, I really love Delibird. I want to catch all the Delibird. It's like, yeah, but you're also going to catch what's in front of you or what's presented to you. So if the Delibird aren't presented to you, you're not going to have that high intent level of your gameplay. And I just think that it would be a cooler experience if you could do that, because then you could play with more intent. And I would explore more. If I saw a Pokemon that I really liked or one that I was trying to get XL candy for, that I wanted to like stockpile to do trades to get the XL, and I saw it down the block at a stop, fuck yeah, I'd go after it. But we just don't have that ability, which is a kind of a bummer. But anyway, the Pokemon that are associated with the event that are not part of like the increased incense encounters for the special research are somewhat similar but fighting types. Mankey, Machop, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop, Combusken, Makuhita, Meditite, and Monferno. I've been seeing a bunch of Monferno.
I've been seeing a bunch of Combusken.
Really? I haven't seen any. That's very
I've seen
funny.
one Monferno and a bunch of Combusken.
Interesting.
And I have seen the Poliwrath.
I have not. I've seen a lot of Poliwag, but not Poliwrath. And Crabrawler. The Poliwrath and the Crabrawler are the if you're luckies. But I enjoy the volume and the density of the Crabrawler because, like you said, it's not everywhere. Like, I remember they handled it really well with Inkay, where it was like sort of rare. Like I like when they do this where they don't just give it to you over the top, because then it takes away and it's like, oh, well, I already have, within an hour's worth of gameplay, I already have enough candy to evolve. You know what I mean? It's like I might as well have just dumped 100 rare candy into it from the Jump Street and just evolved it. So I do like when they are a little bit rare. Raids, not my favorite kind of rollout of raids right now. Meditite, Buizel, Timber, Timpole in Tier 1. Tier 3...
I'm still after the Timpole.
Are you? Okay, but would you do it in raids? I guess in person.
Yep.
Polywrath, Aerodactyl, Skarmory, Breloom in 3-star raids. No, not going to do these.
No, none of those. None of them.
And then 5-star, we have Virizion and Terrakion. Virizion right now, and then on the 8th, it changes over to Terrakion, which is why we're going to do a raid guide.
Okay, so by the time you're hearing this, invite me to the Terrakions. Yeah,
and Terrakion has a lot of play in GBL as well, and it's very good in raids to use as a raid attacker, PvE. So that's good. In Mega Raids, Mega Aggron coming back. This was, only its second appearance, so now's your chance to just get a little stockpile of Mega Energy going. Terrakion and Virizion caught during this time, as well as Keldeo, through the Something Extraordinary, will know Sacred Sword. So trainer battles, 60 power, gym and raids, 55 power. These Pokemon just become exponentially better when they have this move, even though it's not that great. Field research task encounters, Galarian Farfetch'd, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hitmontop. From what I understand, the Galarian Farfetch'd research is pretty rare. This is part of the collection challenge.
Yeah, it's super rare.
Because
I have not found it.
Yeah, a lot of people were hunting it down because they needed to complete their collection challenge during the event window.
So it can't come out of the catch 7 fighting types?
No, I believe it can.
Okay, well, I know that I've probably gotten 3 or 4 of those, and they've all been either Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, or Hitmontop.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we could check out the Sylph Road real quick and see where it's coming out. Hold on, give me one moment. Where are my event tests?
You've only got a couple of moments.
I don't think they updated this shit. Pokemon encounters. Yeah, I don't think this is updated for the event. But yeah, no, I know it's either like the catch 7 or catch 15 fighting type. It's one of those.
Okay, I haven't seen the 15.
Okay.
I've only seen the 7.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people saying they were seeing it kind of like a 1 in 30 kind of thing. So definitely rare, but again, I like that. That's the chase. I do like, being forced to kind of put in some work on that. But overall, this seems like a pretty good event. It's nice to see the fighting types. There's a lot of shinies that you could chase. We got new Pokemon. We've got returning legendaries. We've got Mega Aggron. What do you think of the event overall, and what is your focus, obviously, outside of the Keldeo?
So, focus is looking fly with my Keldeo t-shirt. No, I'm just kidding. Focus
all about
is
the avatar item.
Focus is going to be with the incense to try to get Timpole shiny.
Okay.
That's like my goal. I still need Hitmontop shiny, and realistically, that's it. Other than
I need Ferroseed.
Do Terrakion. So just those two and Terrakion. Those are the only things that I'm gonna try to go hard on. And then obviously try to find a Galarian Farfetch task, because
that will come.
I've yet to see one.
Yeah, they're definitely on the rare side. And again, I'm spoiled as hell. There's 80 Pokestops in downtown Red Bank, 2 blocks from where I am right now. So it's like I'm bound to find it, and that's how I found it. Just driving around fucking Red Bank an hour ago. But very good event. I think this is a really good one. It's just a shame that it's kind of tainted a bit with the sourness of people saying like, yeah, I don't want to pay $8 for Keldeo. So
yeah, that stinks.
We'll follow that story as people talk about it, because it's been pretty consistent across the board where people are directly associating the dollars and cents to the encounter of the Pokemon. So it's not a good look, and I know it's not the intent of Pokemon or Niantic to make their Pokemon feel like commodities or feel like financially transactionable, but that's kind of what this feels like. So kind of shitty. But I love Keldeo. I've been talking about Keldeo for a long time, so I'm very excited to finally have it in the game. On the 10th. But all good stuff. But Adam, that was a lot of news.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. I think what we should do is take a break, come back. We'll talk about December Community Day. We'll talk about GBL, and then we will do a Terrakion.
Oh, good. I can't wait
guide.
to tell you how I might be able to complete my Dratini tasks.
It's what? Why? How can you get Dratini?
You'll find out right after this.
Community Day. That's right. Yeah, we'll be back right after this.
Ken's still waiting. He's broken down.
And we're back. I'm in the studio right now, so I feel like I could sing. I'm the only person in this building right now. So it's like I have the whole building to myself. But a little housekeeping to get through before the ass of the show. This podcast is powered by the community, by y'all. You could help us out and support us by visiting patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, and you could support this show for as little as $1 a month. That $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. All patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly Pigo and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration is in the Discord. We hope to see you there. We're still wrapping up. We're in the final round of our I Would Eat That tournament, which was our Thanksgiving-themed tournament.
I'd eat
where that. All the Pokemon had to be Pokemon that you would eat, and you had to provide explanations and or potential recipes to cook the Pokemon. So I had a nice vegetarian line of Pokemon, all grass-type Pokemon in my party. It was cool. A couple people noticed that when they were battling me. They're like, oh, shit, you have all salad for your Pokemon. I was like, exactly. That's my theme. That's what I would eat. And there were some funny ones in there of like someone put like a rock type, and it's like, dude, you gonna eat rocks? He's like, yeah, man. Put them on ice, and I'll eat the rocks. It's good shit. But a huge thanks to our gym leader patrons, absolutely Ryan, Austin Zard, Hall the Counselor, Grant, Jamal, Mythical Hitch, Sue, the Cole, Tish, and Big Zom Minus. We have a new patron this week. Thank you to Karcha for joining at the Discord tier for the annual plan. It's great to have you for a year. And special thanks to our executive producer, Paul Bhatt. Make sure you check out PokemonProfessor.com for links to everywhere that you can connect with us, grab some merch, leave us some reviews, all that good stuff. All right, Adam, December Community Day. I know you're excited about this.
Wait, do you know that I'm excited about it?
I do know that you're excited about it.
Yeah, because we talked about it in between the break that we just had.
Yes. Well, why don't you tell us the dates and what's going on here with December? I like how they call it Community Day, but it's really Community Days.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't just say days. So Saturday, December 17th, 2022, and Sunday, December 18th, 2022, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. your local time. That's when the event is. But we're going to have some event bonuses. Ken, are you excited for these bonuses?
Of course I am. It's XP is listed, so I'm excited.
So 2 times XP for catching Pokemon, 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon, half hatch distance when eggs are placed into incubators during the event period, 2 times candy for catching Pokemon, 2 times chance for trainers level 31 and up to receive XL candy from catching Pokemon. Lure modules activated during this event will last for 3 hours. Incense, excluding daily adventure incense. I love that they have to say this because people are really
I would love a 3-hour daily adventure incense. That's
give
a
me
walk.
That.
That's
give
a
me all those
walk.
Galarian birds.
That is a walk.
But they're going to last for 3 hours. And 1 additional special trade can be made for a maximum of 2 per day. Trades made during the event will require 50% less Stardust.
Yeah, and there's a couple of these bonuses that are actually outside of the event window. So the trade stuff you can do outside of the 2 to 5 p.m. window. So you could do that from, I think it's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on both days. So you have a little bit more time to trade. So even after Community Day is over and you're kind of sorting through your Pokemon, your haul for the day, you have until 9 p.m. to actually do your trades and do your 2 specials. So that's cool.
Which is nice.
But we have... And we've, this is now the 5th year of these kind of recap Community Days that we've seen. And they do give us the breakout of what Pokemon are going to be available on which days. On Saturday the 17th, we have the Sandshrews, we have Alolan, Geodude, Hoppip, Spheal, Stuffle. Okay, 6 Pokemon available in the wild on the 17th. On the 18th, a little bit more current ones. Teddiursa, Galarian Zigzagoon, Starly, Roggenrola, Litwick, Dino. Dino's still an exciting one. Still
clearly, Sunday is the day you want to play.
For catches, you mean? For wild catches?
Just in general.
Just in general.
Like, all these Pokemon are really good.
Yep. And then lucky trainers might encounter the following on either day: Bulbasaur, Dratini, and Mudkip. So, Adam, I know you're very excited about Dratini because now you can finish your Dratini special research.
Correct. I'm very excited.
I wish they would activate my code again so I could fucking put it in, but yeah, that's not going to happen. And then they put some of the older Pokemon from the previous year into raids. So in 1-star raids, you have Machop, Eevee, Roselia, Swablu, Duskull, Shinx, Gibble, Snivy, Tepig, Oshawott, Fletchling. In eggs, Machop, Eevee, Swablu, Duskull, Shinx, Badoo, Gibble, Snivy, Tepig, Oshawott, Fletchling. Now, here's
2
where things
kilometer
get
eggs.
Yeah, 2 kilometers. Here's where things get interesting. Typically, any Pokemon that you catch and evolve up during the event window would have that Pokemon's exclusive Community Day move. So Venusaur would have Frenzy Plant, Sandslash will have Night Slash, like that kind of thing. But if you look at the infographic they released, only the 2022 Pokemon have their exclusive moves. 2021 Pokemon do not have their Community Day moves. Why not, Adam? I have questions. Like, why not? Why would they exclude those Pokemon from getting their special moves? That's what makes this a makeup event. That's what makes this kind of a thing. Oh, you missed Community Day, fucking February 2021, don't worry, we got your back. Here's fucking Dratini with its Community Day move or whatever. But yeah, apparently only the 2022 Pokemon have their Community Day moves, which is a little bit of a bummer. So yeah, I'm not really sure why they did that. It doesn't seem right. A lot of people are bummed out, especially the PvP crowd, because these moves are exponentially better in PvP.
Well, maybe you should get good, trainer. You should have been playing.
Oh,
you should have been playing in.
You should have called out of work. You should have called out of work.
Yeah,
that
you
day.
should have been playing 2022 or 2019, 2018, 2017.
But the special moves, Dragonite gets Draco Meteor, Jumpluff gets Acrobatics, Swampert gets Hydro Cannon. This is great for Mega Swampert, so go for that. Walrein has Icicle Spear, so PvP people will be happy on that, even though it got nerfed. Staraptor, Gigalith, Chandelure, Hydreigon, Beware, Obstagoon, Ursaluna, all getting their special moves again. There will be a $1 special research story for December Community Day. I think that's all they're calling it, December Community Day 2022. And you can gift that as per usual. There will be also a timed research that will be featured during the event. I'm sure this will cover both days. There'll be stickers that are exclusive to the day, but I guess the big news here is just that the 21 Community Day Pokemon won't have their moves. It's a little bit of a bummer. I don't know how you feel about that.
I'm okay with it.
All right, well,
because
if you're okay with it, then fuck it. Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
We're all good.
Yeah, right. Well, it's like I have so many charged. Okay, at least let them be able to be TM'd. Like if during
regular TMs, you mean?
Yeah, like if I can TM, or even with elite TMs.
Yeah, well, of course you could use an elite TM.
Yeah,
you wouldn't need an event window for that, but
right. But I mean, if you could with this event window use regular TMs for the chance of getting them.
Yeah.
I know that. Well, the community would be uproar in that anyway, so I like it the way it is.
No, but
forget I said anything.
It is a good time to play because you get double catch XP, double catch Stardust, double catch candy, 2 times chance.
Yeah, there's too many benefits.
There's a lot going on here. Half hatch distance,
and then those on that single incubator grind.
That's me.
Half hatch distance on a 2K egg.
Well, that's why I stockpile. I have
the game will be breaking.
I have 10 10Ks right now.
Many eggs.
I have 10 10Ks. Yeah, I was listening to GoCast podcast last week, and one of Chris's goals was like hatch 50 eggs this week. He's like, he goes, you better believe I did it. I was like, God, this dude fucking hatches so many eggs. I was like, I'm walking. I walk a lot, but I'm only hatching one egg at a time. I'm not a very efficient breeder at all in this game. But this looks like a fun event. I'm sure the people will be out playing. They have to do this in December. It's very cold. You got to give the people something strong to do pre-holiday. So 17th and 18th, get out there, catch some pokes.
Yeah, don't forget the dollar research.
Yeah, get the dollar research. All right, we'll move over to GBL. We didn't talk about this last week because our show was so long, but the Go Battle League Mythical Wishes will be starting on started on December 1st. The Go Battle Pass is back. The thing where you can, it works you through 5 pages of 100 wins to get some pretty significant Stardust rewards and things like that. So that is back. That really motivated me the first half of the season to get up to 500 wins. I was really driven, to play every day, do my sets, average, 6+ wins a day. That's really all I needed to keep pace. And once and it's amazing how much that pass motivated me to play, because as soon as I hit 500 wins and I completed the pass, I stopped doing GBL. I just completely fell off. I was so active the first half of the season. Second half of the season, I completely took a rest. But they do give us the complete season layout of the entire GBL kind of meta shift. And the one thing that you'll notice when you look at the schedule is the lack of classics. They had, used to have Master League Classic. While they're still doing Premier Classics, straight up classic, like Master League Classic, is no longer available.
Oh.
Which is interesting. And a lot of people were holding off on powering up, or XL powering up their Pokemon because they were retaining those Pokemon for the Classic Cups. And I'll read this right from the release. Trainers, as Candy XL has continued to become more accessible thanks to Candy XL becoming available at level 31, Rare Candy XL being a potential reward for completing in-person raids, we will be retiring the Classic Cup format after this season. We will be running Premier Cups more frequently in future seasons instead. So, a lot of people a little upset about that because they were holding out on powering up their Pokemon, and they don't yet quite have enough Candy XL to power up their Pokemon to where they would want to make it competitive in, say, Open Master League. Like my Kyogre, it's probably like level 43, right? Or something like that. Definitely did not have enough Candy XL to bring it up to 50. So it was a real hard decision last season whether or not I wanted to remove it from eligibility for Master League Classic and bring it into Open Master. I was like, fuck it. Let me just power it up a little bit, just a tip, and then I'll bring it into Master League Open. And it still did well, but obviously I'm going up against potentially level 50 Kyogres, and those mirror matches, I would just lose. So a lot of people were in that same boat where they didn't have enough XL Candy to go to level 50, and they were holding out on powering them up at all. They were just sitting on it. So now they're kind of forced to power it up, and you're going to be running into a scenario where you could be facing a Pokemon that's 5-6 levels above you. I mean, shit, upwards of 10. Could be 10 levels above you.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah, so that makes it a little bit of a thing. But again, that motivates you to get out there and do trades to get the Candy XL. It motivates you to do in-person raids for the Rare Candy XL. So it's all influential.
Motivates or forces you?
Forcivates. We're currently in Great League and Great League Remix. We have Fighting Cup coming on December 8th, which is great because you're catching all these fighting Pokemon during Mythic Blade, and now you can use them in the Fighting Cup Great League Edition Remix. Ultra League Classic. We have Holiday Cup coming over the Christmas break. Holiday Cup Ultra after that. Finally, January, we have Master League and Master Premier Classic with Triple Dust. There's a week in January where good old Great League, Ultra League, Master League will be available. This is where you're going to feel the burn of that no Master League Classic. Because if you've been holding out on powering up your XL Pokemon, your legendaries for Master, this is going to be their first test to go up against, potentially level 50 Pokemon. Weather Cup coming back, Electric Cup, Ultra Premier, Love Cup coming back in February, Mega Edition Master League coming in February as well, and then finally a Hoenn Cup Great League Edition, which is pretty exciting. And then there's also going to be a couple Go Battle Days where you can get 4 times Stardust from wins, and you could do that 100 sets. Timed research also will be a part of that as well. They'll have Go Battle Day Vulpix on February 12th. That's kind of exciting. Ninetales will know the Fast Attack Ember. That's different. At the end of the Season of Light, did you remember to use a star piece to collect your end of season rewards?
No, I did not.
That's a lot of people forget. That's like a big pickup. But we had the usual suspects, Matang, Marini this time, Axu, Noibat, Gumi, Pikachu Libre all the way up top for Legend, and plenty of the standard encounters that we're used to, 5-star raid bosses after level 20. That's really the plateau that I shoot for. I'm not an elite PvP battler by any scope of it, but get me to level 20 so that way, as part of my reward set, I could potentially get a legendary. I think that's exciting. Good, nice IV floor, all that kind of stuff. So, Timed research pass available. Get the total of 500 wins to get that elite charge TM. Doesn't seem like much of a true bonus there, but that's okay. And then pose-wise, there is other avatar rewards. At Ace rank, you receive rings inspired by Steven. At Veteran, you receive shoes inspired by Steven. Expert, you get a top inspired by Steven and pants inspired by Steven. And at Legend, you get the pose inspired by Steven, but this time it's animated. So we previously had the Steven pose. Now it's actually an animated pose for Steven.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then they also go into explaining each of the metas and each of the cups. So I'll link to it in the description so you can kind of prepare for all that stuff. And then they talk about the moves. Just listen to BTW. To get all the info on the moves. No, there is quite a bit of move updates. Wing attack, energy generation is increased. Energy cost increased for Poison Fang. So fuck you, Nidoqueen. Charm from 16 power to 15 power. What a difference. And there's been a couple attack ability. Litleo will be able to learn the fast attack Incinerate. They go through all this stuff. I'll link to it in the description so you can kind of check out all these moves. But where did you end last season's GBL? Because I know you were off to a strong start, but where did you kind of end with? Did you complete your battle pass or no?
I did not. No, I got to the first page, but I got all the way to the end, and I think I was like 3 battles away.
So you got like 97 wins on the season. You forgot to battle the whole season. It happens. All right. Let's wrap things up with a Terrakion raid guide and battle party. Adam, take it away.
Battle party.
Battle party. All right. We have Terrakion, which is a really cool looking quadruped. I definitely like the look of this Pokemon. Has a shit ton of weakness: fighting, ground, steel, water, grass, psychic, and fairy. There is plenty of Pokemon that you could use against this rock fighting Pokemon. So we're going to be using Pokebattler, all filters turned on, of course, and the number 1 counter per Pokebattler, Shadow Mewtwo, with Confusion and Psystrike, which makes sense that the number 2 counter is Mega Alakazam. So, if your party or your party mates will be bringing Psychic Pokemon, make sure you bring a Mega Alakazam so you can boost their Psychic attacks. Even a regular Mewtwo with Confusion Psystrike comes in at number 3. So Mewtwo definitely putting in that stab damage, which is really nice. Mega Swampert also on the list, so Adam, you could use that Hundo Mega Swampert. I'm sure that's what you'll bring. Mega Latios is up there for psychic moves. Even Mega Sceptile is on the list, so good use of the new Megas. Terrakion itself is on the list. Hoopa Unbound. See, I like when lists are like this, that you can kind of use one-off Pokemon that you might not use anywhere else under any other circumstances. Like, a couple times I see Hoopa on a raid counter list. It's like, fuck yeah, I'll use Hoopa. And when else am I going to use it besides AR? Shadow Latias, Shadow Metagross in there. Mega Blastoise, Shadow Swampert. I'm going to bring that. Shadow Machamp, Mega Latios, Mega Shadow Gallade, Shadow Feraligatr. Always the shadows always in the list. Lunala, Psychic Spect Lunala on the list as well, which is kind of.
I wonder how that got there.
Yeah, right. Shadow Hariyama, I have 100% Shadow Hariyama, which is number 20 on the list. But I think I'm going to modify my list to bring Shadow Hariyama because that's pretty fucking sweet. So my list that I'm going to be bringing here is composed of, where is it? Let me pull it up.
Your buddy Blissey.
My buddy Blissey is definitely the anchor 110% of the time. I'm going to lead with Mega Alakazam. I'm going to have, and the rest of my party besides Blissey will be Shadows. Shadow Mewtwo, Shadow Metagross, Shadow Machamp, Shadow Swampert, and an anchor with Buddy Blissey. So I don't think I've ever brought a bunch of shadows. Usually I bring 1 or 2 shadows, but I actually have built some shadows recently. I spent 1 million Stardust the other day because I was creeping into the 15.5 million Stardust range, I was like, you know what? I think it's time to spend some dust. And I spent it. So powered up a Shadow Machamp, so I'll definitely be using that. And I kind of went and revisited all my Swamperts because of the Mega, and I did have a good Shadow, so I'll power that one up as well. So Shadow Mewtwo, Metagross Machamp, Swampert, my buddy Blissey, and a lead with Mega Alakazam. Adam, what about you?
I am also bringing Mega Alakazam. Let's go. Shadow Machamp, it's 100%. Gotta go with it.
Oh, you do have that hundo. That's right.
Yes, yeah. It's probably my favorite Shadow because it's 100%.
Yeah, it's baller.
Anyways, Metagross, Swampert, Garchomp, and Gardevoir, all 100%.
Nice. Is your Shadow Machamp level 50? Do you have the XL for that? You should hold on to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's all the way good.
All right. Good. I was gonna say this.
I almost hit Purify. Yeah. Don't scare me like that.
We need a lock button. Give us that quality of life. Give us a lock button on a Pokemon. But no, I was gonna say this is a good time to grind for a Machamp or for Machop in the wild, and then hold on to him so you could trade, get that guaranteed XL, and then empower that bitch up. But you already have it, so that's good. But Adam, I think that's a show, man. We did it.
That's a show. We did it.
That is definitely a show. Thank you, everyone, for checking us out. We really do appreciate it. Please check out PokemonProfessor.com and LuredUp.com so you can check out everything that's going on with the show and the network. We really appreciate you. We have our phone number, 732-835-8639, and you can email us, LuredUp@PokemonProfessor.com. Adam, do you have anything else, or is that it?
I think that's it.
Keep training, trainers. We'll see you next week.